start. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Florida State's offense will go to work first. Last time these two got together, Florida got to rub a little salt in the wound as they blew out the Noles.
Well, that was a statement win by the Gators, and I think that win really helped push a bunch of high school prospects that might have been considering both the Seminoles and Gators to Gainesville. That game had a huge impact this offseason for the Gators.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He'll try it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Looking for a man, it's Wells. Keeps the play going. Breaks the tackle and he's got room. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Noles will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off the play fake. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. The Noles send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Wants to return it. He gets a block. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. So Florida's offense will have its first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a full...
There he goes. Makes a pass to Marker. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
To the air on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. And off from the shotgun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Complete in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Lost to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Quick strike through the air for the score. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit there. Not, so being on the same page and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to throw, it's Wells. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Seminoles will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive with a pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Guys, you might know Florida State was once a women's college. Didn't start playing football until later. And in fact, didn't start playing the Gators until 1958.
Even though they hadn't been playing a long time, this game has featured so many of the biggest names in the sport. You think about Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier on the sidelines, Charlie Ward, Chris Swanky, Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, Heisman Trophy winners. This game has had it all.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Gators with the 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Here comes the heat. Finds the tight end. themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. To the air, it's Wells. Fires into the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Flips it out in the flat. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Finds the big tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback
breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The Gators have their offense in high gear. They'll keep it on the ground. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And we've come to the end of 1, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll set up to throw. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Florida! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Gibson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Wants to keep it in the air. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Bring in the heat. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Looking to fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. The Gators line up to punt it away. They'll have to put it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll line up for a second down play. Grabbed in the middle. It's Singleton. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. It's Wells. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, he just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Gibson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. The QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gonna run it, it's Clark. Oh, he's got some space.
Obviously, the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. And the Gators trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Gators! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
And the returner will be dragged down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Looking to throw, it's Wells. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Oh, he makes the catch.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Let's go, let's go. Wants to go up top. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Pocket breaking down. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Back to throw, it's Wells. Finds us back in the middle. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on 1st down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up 2nd and short.
Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. To the air on first down. Gets it out fast. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. To the air on 2nd down. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And this game is going perfect for the defense right now. They haven't been on the field that much. The offense hasn't had that many possessions. Here we are at the end of the first half. They're still pitching a shutout, and they're ready for this quarterback to take shots. They're sensing the front.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, no!
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's got the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy game. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Gators are marching down the field. They'll leave it with him. Turning it on! They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Throws to the wideout. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Field goal is good. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Open space at the 25. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Off the play fake on first down. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, Florida State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the go route, and there was no question who was going to be getting the football on this one. Phenomenal job stacking the defender on the route. He gets in behind him, able to make the catch way down the field, and then run it in for the touchdown.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. The Gators will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. And the Noles decide to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. I know they put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the Doak. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. At the 45, on his way. Touchdown, Florida! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the Gators have chomped down, and they've put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. But I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. The quick out. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Noles will punt it away on 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Makes a connection. There he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
And the Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! And the punishment has been extended.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And the returner will be brought down. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll send the back in motion. To throw, it's Wells. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He's got it. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Catch in the middle. It's Gibson. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Looking deep down the right side. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. Touchdown Seminoles. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the point after is good. Let's see what he can do with the return. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Gators line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Breaks into the open. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The Gators, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Got his man quickly. Past the 30. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Rides to back and leaves it. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Touchdown, Florida! And the stomping has commenced. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense trying to take it back. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground. Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on 3rd down.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Gator! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Nebraska went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Huskers always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Rides the back on the option, the give. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Berry. Fires one high and deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Gators are in the red zone. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.